when you're dating, you're willing to pay
That's
the
right.
price. Sometimes after marriage, we don't have the healthy, intimate, romantic, sexual relationship simply because we're not willing to sacrifice
that's
and
it.
pay the price.
We're not willing to sacrifice. We're
Incur
not
the
willing
cost.
to incur the cost. The sacrificial life that you live has to start at home.
Your home, it matters. You're there to make a difference. Welcome to Home Matters with your hosts, Eric and Gina Box.
Stop it.
That's kind of like the intro, you know.
I hope not.
We are so glad you're here today. And,
we are glad you're here
my
today.
My lovely wife and
oh, now that you just made up for everything crazy you just did.
I'm crazy about you, but
that's a good thing.
You know, we're always so thankful for you taking time to join us, sharing the podcast.
We are. I hope
we don't have all the answers, but we've been through some stuff. And
that's right.
Come a long way.
We sure have. Thank you, Lord. You've been with us too, man.
You realize this year you'll hit 40 years married.
I know. What are we doing? Where are we going? This is like significant.
I don't know.
40 years.
Let's go. Again, I didn't think it'd be this way. I didn't know. I didn't know
either.
Be crazy about you after 40 years. But
I didn't know it would like go this fast. Like, what happened to 39 years?
It happens quick.
That's unbelievable.
We're not there yet, though. It's still 39 and
a few months.
A few months. So
yes. August is us. But look, man, I'm really just pumped about Home Matters in 2026.
I'm always pumped about it.
I'm sorry. I'm just catching up. I guess I'm.
No, it really is a passion that we both share. You lead this. Most people know this. She leads this ministry. She has to take the lead on it, you know, with us taking the lead at the church that we're at. But
it's not just me, though. It's not just me. But this has been a passion for decades now. And, you know, started the podcast a few years back. But I really just feel like 2026 is going to be a good year for Home Matters as a whole, and just believe in God for what can happen in your home, in your family. You know, this year, is, you know, people talk this whole month, really, we're still in January, about resolutions and all that. And I hope that's part of your, you know, your new year, that you'll tune in every week. Not just so we can say, okay, we got this many listeners, this many followers. No. I don't even know what those numbers are. But if you can focus just a few minutes every week on your relationship, on your marriage, on your home and family, that is what it's about.
That's why we do it.
It can make a difference. Again,
not for popularity or fame or any of that. I mean,
no.
What we hope for is somehow that your marriage is better, that your parenting's better.
We just know what God's done in our life. I mean,
sure
that's it, really, what God's done for us. And without Him, I'm telling you, we wouldn't have made 40 years, 39 and a half. We wouldn't have even, we wouldn't have made 4 years. Let's just bring it on down to reality. Mm-hmm. So thank you, Lord. And, you know, what He's done for us, He would do for you.
And with that, we talk about one of the priorities of the marriage relationship. And if you're not married today and you listen out there, this is what I'd say you need to look for. And,
that's right.
Again, if you are married, you better have a premium on this part of your life. And it better be something that you hold in high esteem. And that is, you know what's coming, the intimate, romantic relationship of a husband and wife. And we haven't talked about it in a few weeks now, and it's been a while, so something we always try to come back to.
So important, just that intimate part of your life. It is your sexual relationship, but we say this all the time. That's not all it is. That is a big part of it, but that intimate part, that oneness, that knowing, that togetherness that God intends for us to have as husband and wife. And I think you have to realize there is a price to pay for that. There's a price for the intimate relationship. But man, what a reward.
Most people don't look at it that way.
As a price?
Well,
is that what you mean?
Well, they don't look at it in terms of the cost. or let me say it this way: when you're dating, you don't even think about whatever you have to do. You're willing to pay the price.
Yeah, that's true.
When you're engaged,
I don't know what
you're willing to pay the price.
Got my tongue all
Speaking
tangled
in
up.
tongues.
No, I don't know what's going on over here.
But again, it's the reality that all of us have to face, that we do sometimes drift into these places after marriage.
Yeah.
That we don't have the healthy, intimate, romantic, sexual relationship simply because we're not willing to sacrifice and pay the price.
We're not willing to sacrifice. We're not willing to incur the cost. And when you were dating, when you first got together, you were willing. That's what you were saying. You were willing to pay the price. And not just you were probably willing to pay the money price. You would, buy the things and go to the restaurants and do all the stuff. That's not all we're talking about, though. What about the other prices that we pay with other things other than the materialistic or the money? So if you are willing to pay the price, then we're just saying there's a price you need to be willing to pay now. And man, the reward of, I hate to even say it's a price and what you pay, because there's such a reward that comes from it. I've heard you say so many times that, the price or the cost is negligible.
It is.
Those things you hold value.
Yeah, the things that hold, like I said, esteem or value in your life. And again, if you think something's important enough, then you never consider the cost. Again, if somebody told you, if you had a sick child and they were going to perish if you didn't pay for this medication that's available, and it costs you, thousands, tens of thousands, and maybe $100,000, you do whatever it took to raise that, because again, it's something you value.
Man, you get rid of some stuff.
I know people who've been through things that, man, they do anything for something you value. But again, your marriage is valuable, and again, if you really consider it valuable, I don't think you're always looking at what it costs.
That's right.
Because it will cost you. And again, you think about it, it is the love relationship that exemplifies the marriage or actually the relationship between Christ and his church. You can always go back to Ephesians 5.
Yeah.
But beyond that, Romans 8 says this, that God demonstrated his love for us.
Yes.
He put love on display, that he's willing to pay the ultimate price. And that while we were sinners, Jesus still died for us. So again, if you're looking for scripture reference for the intimate relationship, there it is. Again, God demonstrated. And he said, now you as husband and wife, you're to demonstrate the love of husband and wife, wife relationship, and that you're willing to pay a price to live out that love. And all I'm saying is sometimes I think in that we forget that it will require our sacrifice,
something
our
from
effort,
us. Yes.
Yeah, our intent, our initiative.
Yeah, we live in a culture, I think, that just, we just want to float along and do our own thing and watch a blessing flow down on us. We don't want to put in the time. We don't want to put in the effort. And you will never have all that God intends for you. Yes, he blesses us. He blesses us beyond. There are blessings in my life that I couldn't sacrifice and work enough for. It's just because of his goodness. But it does require some sacrifice, some obedience in my life to see that.
Love this statement I heard years ago where grace, it is opposed to earning. It's never opposed to effort.
Yeah, that's good.
And again, it is Christ in you. And again, most of you are believers of Jesus and Jesus and followers of Jesus out there. The reality is it should be the byproduct. It should be the fruit that is being produced from your life as a believer. You say, what? Marriage? Our relationship? Yeah. It should be your love relationship, your intimate relationship should be enhanced. It should be beautified. It should be something that is better because you know this love and this grace that's been extended to your life. And in that, you ought to be able to extend that grace to if nobody else, your spouse, kids, It's a little easier sometimes, but again, especially spouse.
Yeah, I'm reminded of a sermon series back a month or so ago on sacrificial living, and you made that comment. You said, I don't live sacrificially, to earn my salvation, but because of my salvation, because of my relationship with Jesus, I live a sacrificial life. And look, the sacrificial life that you live has to start at home.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to be willing in this relationship first to pay that price, and that's huge. Selflessness, sacrifice, my personal sacrifice, my personal willingness to give up, what I want. And I think that's really a news flash for a lot of people, because we make people feel like, it's all about you. We make our kids feel like that way. It's all about you, what you want, and so I get that.
You know song, what? It's all about you.
It's all about me.
It's all about you.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that? And sing about Jesus, but we sing that a lot of times. It's all about me.
That's right.
And again, boy, that's
my needs, my wants,
that's some beautiful melody
my
coming
desire.
out right there. I didn't get a compliment there, but man,
it was
what a
beautiful.
voice.
I mean, sing it to me again.
I don't think I will.
Let me just rest in that.
Here's where you pay the price. Here's some of the places we think you pay a price. First one is just an openness or vulnerability.
Yeah.
That is a price to pay. You have to be willing to be vulnerable, to be transparent, to be open.
That's right.
I think that a lot of times people are so guarded, even in marriage, because they're not willing to be humble. They're not willing to expose themselves. And you can take that wherever you want to, being exposed. But I'm just saying that there's a place that is something that even in your places where you're not exactly willing or comfortable, you become willing and comfortable because you realize you realize it's valuable enough to pay that price for.
Yeah, the hard conversations, you're willing to have those. Those are not easy. They're not comfortable to have. Just like maybe the nakedness in your life may not be easy, and whether that's physical nakedness or whether it's bearing my soul and my emotions, that's not always some people are better at doing that than others, but to pay the price for the intimacy that we can have in this relationship, that's one of the prices you'll pay. You got to let the guard down. I don't know if it's Jimmy Evans or Gary Smalley, one of those that said, take the fig leaves off. We've covered, we hide behind things. And for the true intimacy that God desires for us to experience with him and with our spouse, for that to ever happen, you got to peel back the fig leaves.
Yeah. Again, it gives grace to the humble, right?
That's what the word says.
And your willingness to humble yourself and realize, I'm, this is what I am. This is who I am. I'm not afraid to expose that.
That's right. Again, I'm not afraid to expose my weaknesses, my hurts, the things that bother me. Man, aren't you thankful?
My strengths.
Yeah.
Sometimes we mask it. We think, well, I don't want to show, I don't want to be too strong here and don't want to be
overbearing.
Yeah. But again, I think that those things you need to show. You need to show each other. And again, I think that sometimes, because we have this false sense of humility, we don't actually take the gifts and the abilities or the skills that we have and really use them in a way that can bring honor to Him. But again, that's one place. Another one, again, where you pay a price. You think about this, especially when you're dating. When you're getting engaged. People pay a price. I told somebody the other day, this young generation, boy, they buy some rocks for engagement.
Man,
I mean, it's
some
like
of them I've seen lately.
Shaming some of us older guys. I mean, somebody said the other day, my wife's little ring looks like a pellet compared to some of these little boys spending this money.
They do. The price has been negligible, evidently. But my question is, 5 years in, are you still willing to pay the price? Yep. And you say, it's not the things. No, but are you willing? What are you willing to spend your money on? Can I just say it that way? I know we we mention Marriage Matters Getaway all the time, but there have been people that have said that's a lot to pay.
Yeah.
I mean, registration, honestly, first of all, I'd challenge you to go look at some others that are out there, because the price is not expensive. The room is not even expensive, unless you want to stay in a roach hotel. Yeah, it's really not. No. But there are
registration in comparison to a lot of them that are out there, not even.
But beside that fact, there are a lot of people that'll look at that and they say, I'm not paying $120 to register and then having to pay, $300-$400. I don't know what's the room going to be. I'm not going to say that. The food. I'm not going to sink that. I ain't got that kind of money.
But you'll go drop $500 on a gun or fishing. I'm talking about the guys or ladies, a pair of shoes or your new clothes or what about electronics?
House.
I mean,
all
we're saying is, man, you got to be willing to invest. And
that's right.
Again, a lot of times people look at, their marriage and they think, well, that's going to cost. Why don't you look at it as an investment?
That's it.
And that's the relationship that you have, that you're investing in this relationship.
With great return.
Yeah, you're investing in your intimate relationship. Right?
Yeah, and not only for you and for your spouse, but for your family, for your children. Listen, there's nothing that is more of a strength to your children than for your marriage to be strong. And so it's not just an investment for his happiness or my happiness. It's an investment for generations.
There's a great confidence for your family and your children, especially if your relationship is healthy.
That's right.
And thriving. And again, the romance is strong. But again, you would spend whatever you had to. If you had money, you were going to McDonald's, take her out. Some of you big spenders out there at one time. And all I'm saying is that we still should be willing to invest in our money, our resources into this relationship called marriage.
I want you to take me somewhere other than McDonald's. I'm kind of stuck on that.
You love them fries.
I'm trying not to eat those. I'm trying not to eat those.
All right, go on. What's some other places?
Time.
No doubt. Yeah. Initiative.
Yes.
Intentionality.
That's right. Quality time. Time where I am listening and my nose is not.
Oh my goodness.
Doing a nosedive in a device somewhere or, in a TV program or a ball game or a girl flick movie or whatever it is that you're looking at. But
scrolling. I asked somebody last night, I said, what you doing?
Scrolling.
I'm just scrolling.
That wasn't me. He didn't ask me that, but I mean, again, I could have been scrolling.
I've been in places though where people are so detached, and I've seen. I mean, we've made reference to it before. I've seen couples sitting in a restaurant, neither one of them talking, and they're scrolling. They're in their phone and sitting across from each other, no conversation. Again, I do believe you have to be intentional about your time. I think you have to set times.
Yeah.
For your marriage, for your romance, you have to set times.
That's true, because if you don't, you'll be exhausted by the time you get to your spouse. Yeah. I mean, we make that little joke. Well, it's not a joke. It's, men have so many words a day, women like 12,000 to 15 max, and women have like 20 to 30. And so if you've spent all your words out before you get home, then so know how to manage all that. Yeah.
And again, you have to be. You have to set time for things like conversation.
Yes.
For dates. For sex. I said it. All those things you can be intentional about.
That's right.
And again, if you're not willing to do that, then I'd back up and say, what are you spending your time in? What are you investing your time in?
That's right.
I have to look at my calendar. Strong. I look at my calendar a lot and think, man, how much time do I have for this? My family, my marriage. But again, romance, big.
Man, that's a fight all the time, isn't it? Look at the calendar. And this one kind of goes along with that, I think. It's our energy.
Sure.
I mean, there's a price that you'll pay in your energy. And I'm talking physical energy. I'm talking emotional energy.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes energy to have profitable conversations.
Sure does.
I mean, it takes energy to focus sometimes, just to focus on a conversation. It takes a lot of
Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's hard to listen. You have to really shut the distractions down. You know, some of us are ADD, HD, LMNOP, whatever.
Oh, Lord,
you know,
all the alphabet.
I think anybody can get a diagnosis, by the way. But I'm just saying that there's a place that you have to really make sure that you're willing to, emotionally, you're willing to connect. You're willing to spend that time and energy to connect.
And that emotional energy, I mean, that's empathy. I mean, that's patience. That's support. You know, that I'm sure that I support Eric in what he's doing, his dreams, his vision, that I take time to support that and give energy to that. And busyness and being tired, we could say a lot about that. We don't have time to say it, but there's so many of us use that excuse.
So, hey,
I'm just tired.
Stats say that one of the biggest reasons couples are not intimate and sexual, I'm just saying they're sexual, not as sexual, because they simply are too tired.
That's right.
And again, Song of Solomon says, come away with me. Let's spend some time. Let's be intentional.
Yes.
Again, a beautiful picture of romance and love there. And we're just saying, hey, if you don't have a healthy, intimate life, your marriage is probably not healthy. And when we talk about intimacy, I know we're talking about more than just the romantic sexual piece, but again, that should be or can be, unless there's reasons that are actually limiting that. It should be that's part of it. So again, just make sure you invest in your relationship, in your intimate.
That's right. The time, the money, the sacrifice, whatever it is, make sure you take time to do that. It'll matter. Your relationship will be better.
Good way to do that is Marriage Matters Getaways. Coming up. I know we lost the room block already. That's already expired. But you can still go with us to Pigeon Forge.
Love for you too.
Tennessee.
That's right.
February.
See you then.
Hey, your home matters.